Don Trieschmann has been helping others his entire life. He is an expert carpenter, and since his retirement from Merrill Lynch, he has used his carpentry skills to benefit his church and people who could not afford what he can build. I saw Don in church last week, and he told me that he had built the beautiful creche because the old one's useful life was over. That reminded me of more extensive projects he has undertaken.
Things we did is a couple years ago, a member of the parish came to us and said, I'd really like us to get involved in this program called Rebuilding Together. The ironic part about it is that Don Trieschmann, who we recruited the first year because we heard he was a handyman of sorts who was retired from being a banker, is now on the board of Rebuilding Together. So he basically liked the program so much that he's involved with it kind of at a citywide level.
Well, I'll tell you, there was a note in the bulletin, and it said that we just bought this apartment north of the parish. We call it the Annex. Would anybody like to volunteer to help fix it up? And so I went over there, and Father Spies had a friend that was a carpenter and a craftsman who came in there, and he and I worked for 2 months. So then the kneeler situation comes up, where we had a broken kneeler, and we go in, one kneeler turns into 200. So suddenly they saw, oh gee, maybe he can do something. And I enjoy that a lot. I mean, it's just fun. It's a fun hobby, and that's what I like to do. I like to build stuff.
And so came more bounty from the field of faith, and a former banker was called to swing his hammer for charity.
And what it really is a program. It's the largest volunteer organization in the United States. 250,000 people take the last Saturday in April, and they work on homes for low-income and elderly people for one day.
Don Trieschmann and Sharon Ashley both work on the building projects nicknamed Faith, Hope, and Carpenters.
Last year, we did a project for a group called Orchard Village, which is for developmentally handicapped adults. There's a huge house in Muskogee that needed a lot of work. So we had 60 people show up.
And last year, the people that lived in this home were so excited about them being there, and they wanted to help. And, and then all the teenagers that get involved, because then the families come with their children. So it goes through every generation, which is nice. It's passing on a tradition.
When you see a 13-year-old girl hauling around a wheelbarrow that weighs 100 pounds, and she's so happy helping out. Yeah. Oh, it's great. It's great.